So obviously, there's a lot of talk about layoffs and how poorly some of these layoffs have been handled. But what a lot of people don't talk about is like why these layoffs happened in the first place. But I think this graphic here paints a really, really clear picture. And this was from Yahoo Finance, and it basically shows how many people were hired during these hiring sprees at some of these really large companies that are doing layoffs. And I think this strategy really points to the root issue of why we're seeing so many mass layoffs, in particular in big tech. If you're in recruiting, you will have known that there's been a big shift in the market recently. And if we look at about a year ago, it was almost like every company was hiring and the forecasts were really good. A lot of companies were projecting really high growth. And anytime companies project high growth, they start headcount planning and they start building out the company. I noticed this particularly with Amazon and Meta. It was like they were hiring so many recruiters because they were anticipating a lot of growth. Why were they anticipating growth though? Well, during the pandemic, a lot of these companies really profited, in particular Meta and Amazon. I mean, think about Amazon. They made a lot of money with their streaming services, with their cloud services, with shipping things. I mean, people weren't going to stores. Same with Meta. A lot of people were spending a lot more time online. But that was not like doing business as normal, right? The pandemic wasn't a normal time. So now as we shift back to things kind of normalizing out, people are out and about, things have kind of opened up, returned to normal, for lack of a better word. Suddenly, those growth projections changed, and what you find is that these companies that thought they were going to continue growing and growing and growing, now they're not projecting that, so they just lay off mass amounts of people. So you can really put it down to really poor planning and poor projections, as well as just overhiring is really what these layoffs come down to.